Hello, Just Too Good here, back from the review, and today we're taking a look at a LEGO Star Wars 2015 set review. It's set number 75085. It's called the Hailfire Droid. It has 163 pieces, 3 minifigures, and it retails for $20 in the United States. It is a Target exclusive, and you may be wondering, why did I get this set? Well, I did reach 20,000 subscribers recently, so thank you guys so much for that. And I was like, you know what, I don't want this set. I will get a set I'll get a set that a lot of people are requesting that's kind of cheap, and a lot of people have been requesting for me to review this, so I was like, why not? Let's see if it's good or not. So let's take a look at the packaging. So here is the box for the set. Very cute size for a $20 set. We rarely see $20 sets in this box size. You can see the back right there. It does include one instruction booklet, and it's a fairly short build. Nothing too interesting in the instruction booklet that isn't found on any of the other 2015 sets. So here is a Clone Trooper Lieutenant. This guy, along with all the other minifigures in this set, is not exclusive to this set. So there's no exclusive minifigures in this set. This is, however, an easy way to get a promotional minifigure because he was a promotional minifigure in September 2013 at LEGO stores and LEGO Shop at Home. And this is the same exact version, except it's even better because it has some better leg printing, which is not found on that minifigure, but it's found on some Clone Troopers from 2014. You can see his back printing right there. And he does have a little blaster, and then his face print underneath is that very common one we're used to seeing for troops' face printings. So nothing too rare there, but it's still, I guess, an easy way to get that promotional minifigure. And the only other minifigures in this set are two identical Super Battle Droids. This is the same one that we've been getting for many years, I think since 2007 or 2008, around that time. You can see their detailing right there, same molds and everything. And like I said, you do get two in this set, so that's it for all three of the minifigures. Nothing very special, but now let's go on to the set itself. So here is a Hailfire Droid. It's based on a vehicle from Star Wars Episode 2 Attack of the Clones that appears at the final battle scene. And this interpretation is the third one, because we got one in Technic a long time ago, and we got one in 2008 for System. And this one is pretty unique from those because what they did was they made these the hoop wheels, they used just a printed plate, this 10 wide plate with tread printing right there, or wheel printing. And the other ones, what they did was they used kind of a Technic piece, like a Technic circular piece, and then the one from 2008 they used tread. So it's a nice interpretation of this where they just kind of printed this, so it only requires one piece, which is kind of interesting. And you can see the back right here, they have these little missile shooters, which if you push them, they'll go flying. Nice play feature of the set. And you can kind of see the design of the wheels, and how they did that was they put them on these little Technic pins, and they put them with that little hinge piece right there, so you can move them up and down to a certain degree. And the best way if you want to move it around is not this way, but putting it like this, which is also accurate to its design in the movie, because it gives no traction whatsoever when you move it up and down. And just a look at the front right here, overhead view. Like I said, those are the missiles, so if you push on this, the missiles go flying, which is pretty cool. And it's nice to get this piece in this dark brown color because it hasn't come in any other sets before in that color, so that's really cool. As well as getting this piece on the bottom right here, this 4 wide piece in that dark brown, and this triangular plate in that dark brown, because those two pieces in those colors don't come in many other sets. They only come in like 1 or 2 Chima sets altogether, so that's kind of interesting. Also on the bottom here is kind of a view. You can see they have this little blaster design right here, which is pretty cool, I guess. And a look at the wheels, which wheels in this 10 wide design are very hard to come across nowadays, especially in this transparent color. And in transclear, it's, like I said, it's hard to get them, but this is printed right here, so this isn't a sticker, so it kind of limits the use of that piece, which I would have preferred if it was not a sticker because of that reason. But yeah, that's really it for the design. Like I said, you could kind of move it around. It moves pretty well if you put it at this position. You know, the wheel parts at this position. And yeah, you can't move these little blasters or anything, so they're stuck there, but it is pretty accurate to the design in the movie. Not the most interesting vehicle out there, but hey, I guess it's kind of faithful to the movie design. So that's it for this build, and now let's go on to final verdict. Overall, I'm not sure I quite like this set as much as the other January 2015 LEGO Star Wars sets. The minifigure inclusions are very disappointing. You got two Super Battle Droids, both identical, and the same versions they've been using for many years, who are very easy to come by even with sets currently on the market that are cheaper than this set, like the Battle Kame. You could fork over $15 and get two of them, just like this set. And then the Clone Trooper Lieutenant is a pretty cool inclusion because he was a hard-to-come-by minifigure, as he was released as a promotional minifigure, and this one's even updated from that version with new leg printing that was found a year after that promotional minifigure was released. But even then, I wish it would have maybe included two more minifigures or an exclusive minifigure, or I don't know. It's just the minifigure choices are kind of disappointing with those two Super Battle Droids. And then the Hailfire Droid itself is a pretty cool build. It is faithful to the movie, and it is probably the best one out there for LEGO Hailfire Droid because they use those very cool radar dish pieces or dish pieces that are 10 wide with printed treads on it. And I think that looks better than some of the other versions, and I like how they chose that choice. Also, you could move them, and there's a little bit of play features with these little missiles right here. But other than that, there's not much going on in this set, and it kind of makes me wish they would have included another vehicle in the set, or even bumped up the price and included a spider droid or something like the other Hailfire droid from 2008. So, I don't know. For the moment, I'm going to give this set a C. I wish they would have included an exclusive minifigure or some extra minifigures or a different build, because at the moment, it's not very worth it for the $20 price point. I mean, you only get 163 pieces for $20, which is pretty low, even for a $20 set. So that's it for now. Hope you guys enjoyed this review, and thank you guys so much for getting me to 20,000 subscribers. It really means a lot to me, and I know people say it all the time, but you guys are always there to support me, and it makes me happy every day. So that's it for now. Hope you guys enjoyed this review, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.